Picture yourself in a place where no roads reach your home, where your closest neighbor lives miles away, and where just getting to your front door could prove riskier than scaling a mountain. And trust me, the last spot on our list is so far-flung, so unreal, that many refuse to believe it even exists. Let's jump in. Katskhi Pillar Hermitage, Imereti, Georgia. A massive limestone pillar shoots up 40 meters tall above the forests of Georgia. On top of this natural stone tower sits one of the most isolated homes on Earth, the Katskhi Pillar Hermitage. For centuries, monks saw this towering rock as a place to draw closer to God. Today, reaching the summit still requires climbing a narrow 131-step iron ladder attached to the side of the pillar. Picture yourself waking up every morning surrounded by nothing but sky, wind, and endless valley views. Since the 1990s, a monk named Maxime has lived here almost alone. He continues an ancient tradition that dates back over 1,000 years. The Hermitage contains a small chapel, living quarters, and prayer areas, all squeezed onto the tiny summit. No neighbors, no traffic, no distractions, just complete solitude. But if climbing a vertical ladder every day sounds extreme, wait until you see the lonely house sitting on an island with nothing else around it. Elliðaey Island Hunting Lodge, Vestmannaeyjar, Iceland. At first glance, this looks like something someone created with Photoshop. A single white house, one tiny island, an endless ocean. That's it. This mysterious building sits on Elliðaey Island off Iceland's coast and has become famous worldwide as the loneliest house on Earth. Many people thought it belonged to a celebrity who wanted privacy. Others believed it was a survival bunker. But the truth is much more interesting. The building is a hunting lodge that local associations use during puffin season. There is no electricity, no running water, and no permanent population. People collect rainwater to use it, while propane provides basic heating. During summer, thousands of puffins cover the island's grassy cliffs and create one of nature's most spectacular scenes. Picture yourself standing here at sunset with nothing but crashing waves and seabirds around you. Sounds peaceful, until you realize there's no easy way off the island. But the next home has even less space, just room enough. Island, Ontario, Canada. Now picture owning your own private island. Sounds amazing, right? Well, what if that island was larger than a tennis court? Welcome to Just Room Enough Island, recognized as the world's smallest inhabited island. This tiny patch of land contains what its name suggests: just enough room. A small cottage sits in the center with a single tree, a few shrubs, and water in every direction. One extra person could make the island feel crowded. The Iceland family purchased it in the 1950s as a peaceful escape from everyday life. But imagine you wake up after a storm and see waves that crash just feet from your bedroom window. No backyard, no neighborhood, no privacy concerns either, because nobody else can fit there. And yet somehow this next home manages to be even more unbelievable. Drina River House, Tišnja, Serbia. In the middle of a fast-flowing river sits a tiny wooden cabin balanced on a single rock. The first time people see it, they assume it's fake, but it's very real. The Drina River House was built in 1968 by local swimmers looking for a place to rest while spending time on the river. What began as a few wooden boards eventually transformed into a working cabin. Bringing building materials wasn't easy. Everything had to arrive by boat or kayak. And here's the incredible part. The cabin has survived multiple devastating floods that destroyed almost everything around it. Time after time, nature tried to erase it. Time after time, it returned. Today, it has become one of Serbia's most photographed landmarks. But the next house looks like it belongs in a prehistoric cartoon. Stone House, Casa do Penedo, Fafe Mountains, Portugal. Imagine discovering a home built between four giant boulders. That's what happened in Portugal's Fafe Mountains. Known as Casa do Penedo or Stone House, this unusual home looks like something straight out of the Flintstones. Instead of building walls and foundations, engineers used enormous natural rocks as part of the structure itself. The result is both strange and beautiful. Inside are bedrooms, a kitchen, and living spaces. Outside, it appears almost invisible among the surrounding scene. The stone provides natural insulation, helping regulate temperature year-round. Standing in front of it feels like finding a hidden dwelling from another era. But if you think this house is difficult to reach, the next shelter sits more than 4,000 meters above sea level. Solvay Hut, Matterhorn, Switzerland. High on the legendary Matterhorn sits a refuge that seems impossible to reach. The Solvay Hut Perched at over 4,000 meters above sea level, it is one of the highest emergency shelters in the Alps. Getting there isn't a casual hike, it's a serious mountaineering challenge. Every step upward brings thinner air, stronger winds, and breathtaking drops. Inside, 10 beds await exhausted climbers. The hut exists for emergencies. If conditions become dangerous, this tiny structure can mean the difference between life and death. Imagine spending a night here while storms rage outside. The isolation is almost unimaginable, and we're halfway through this list. If you're enjoying this journey so far, make sure to subscribe, because the final location on this list is something most people don't even believe exists. And trust me, the homes ahead become even more extreme. Hermitage of San Colombano, Trambileno, Italy, carved into a cliff above a 120-meter chasm, the Hermitage of San Colombano looks more like an eagle's nest than a human home. Visitors must climb over 100 stone steps cut into the mountain itself. Monks lived here in near-complete isolation through the centuries. Legends claim a dragon once terrorized the valley below until St. Columban defeated it. Whether true or not, the dramatic setting feels mythical. The deeper you explore, the more it seems disconnected from the modern world. But here's where things get even crazier. The next monastery appears glued onto a vertical cliff. Hozoviotissa Monastery, Amorgos, Greece, white walls, blue sea, vertical cliffs. The monastery of Hozoviotissa appears almost impossible. Built into a sheer rock face 300 meters above the Aegean Sea, it has stood for 1,000 years. From a distance, it looks less like a building and more like a bright white ribbon that stretches across the cliff. Inside are narrow passageways, prayer rooms, and ancient religious treasures. The view is extraordinary. Far below, waves crash against rocky shores while endless blue horizons stretch into the distance. Most people visit, the resident monks call it home, but wait until you see the next location, because unlike these ancient structures, it may represent the future of extreme living. Cliff House, Victoria, Australia. Imagine opening your front door and seeing nothing beneath you except ocean. No ground, no yard, just a vertical drop. The cliff house concept in Australia was designed to cling to coastal cliffs like a barnacle attached to a ship. Residents would enter from the top level and descend through multiple floors suspended over the sea. Massive windows would transform every room into a viewing platform. The design remains conceptual, but it shows how architecture continues pushing the limits of possibility. And when we talk about extreme environments, the next structure exists on the coldest continent on Earth. Winter Island, Wordie House, Antarctica. Few places feel more isolated than Antarctica. Now imagine living there. Wordie House was built in 1947 using whatever materials explorers could find. Timber, metal sheets, packing crates. Inside, time seems frozen. Old books, tools, radios, and personal belongings remain where they were left decades ago. Outside lies a landscape of ice, snow, and endless silence. Temperatures can plunge to harsh extremes. There are no cities nearby, no roads, nothing but wilderness. Most people wouldn't survive a week, but the next community discovered an amazing solution to surviving deep in the rainforest. Korowai tree houses, New Guinea. Deep within Papua's rainforests, the Korowai people build homes among the treetops. And not just a few meters above ground, some reach heights of 40 meters. That's higher than many apartment buildings. Built using natural materials and no modern nails, these homes protect families from floods, insects, predators, and rival tribes. To climb into one is an adventure by itself. The ladders sway, the structures move with the wind, yet these homes have supported generations. Think about waking up surrounded by jungle sounds high above the forest floor. Most people couldn't handle it. But the next location looks like an entire city floating in the sky. Meteora Monasteries, Thessaly, Greece. The word Meteora means suspended in air, and that's how these monasteries appear. Stone pillars rise hundreds of meters above the scene, each crowned with ancient religious buildings. Monks could access them using rope ladders and baskets. Think about that. Everything had to be hauled up: food, supplies, people. For centuries, these structures remained protected from invaders below. Even today, they seem almost supernatural. Yet somehow, our next location feels even more isolated. Faroe Islands House, Vagar/Gasa Dalur. Faroe Islands, tucked among green cliffs and dramatic ocean scenery, sits one of the loneliest homes in the North Atlantic. The village of Gasadalur was once so isolated that residents had to hike over mountains just to reach neighboring communities. Imagine living there before roads existed. Storms rolled in from the ocean, waterfalls plunged into the sea, fog drifted across the valleys. It feels like the edge of the world, but believe it or not, the next home sits in the middle of New York City. Clock Tower Apartment, Brooklyn, New York. Isolation doesn't always mean wilderness. Sometimes it means being hidden above millions of people. Inside a historic Brooklyn clock tower sits one of the world's most unusual apartments. Huge clock faces surround the living space and offer breathtaking views of New York Harbor and the Brooklyn Bridge. While crowds move below, residents enjoy outstanding privacy above it all. It's urban isolation at its finest. But our #1 location takes remoteness to a different level. The Long Studio, Fogo Island, Canada. Perched on the rugged coast of Fogo Island, the Long Studio seems to hover between land and sea. Waves crash against rocky shores, cold ocean winds sweep across the scene, and beyond the horizon lies nothing but open water. Designed as a retreat for artists, this minimalist structure offers something many people spend their entire lives searching for: silence. The kind of silence so complete that you can hear every wave, every gust of wind, every thought in your head. It isn't just a building, it's an experience, a reminder of how small we are compared to the vastness of nature. These remarkable places prove that humans can adapt almost anywhere. But which location amazed you the most? Could you spend a week on the world's smallest inhabited island, or would you choose the peaceful solitude of Fogo Island? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey to the most isolated homes on Earth, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more groundbreaking discoveries. And remember, the loneliest places on Earth sometimes hold the most unforgettable stories.